Hi, welcome back to another monthly market update. I'm Ryan Deeter with Key Realty. In today's episode, we have January's numbers for 2023, so we can kind of get an idea of how the year's kicked off for the real estate market in Columbus, Ohio. If you're looking to make a move or do something or just want to stay informed in the real estate market for this year, this will be an episode for you. There's actually a little bit of a surprise that I saw in there. We're going to dive into that, look at the little nuances that, kind of affects the numbers and what I see is going to happen this, next few months into the spring market as we head that direction. So stay tuned as we dive into this. All right, here we have the January 2023 numbers pulled up for you to take a peek at. So again, this is always provided by the Columbus Board of Realtors at their website at columbusrealtors.com. You can find this if you want to see this for yourself. They have the past data as well on that site as well. So but let's dive into some things that I've seen. Of course, we're still seeing number of sales go down. It's just kind of a given with month over month. We're seeing this consistently year over year, month over month, that the number of sales are going down. Actually, month over month, we've gone down. This is last month. You can see the December 22, we had 2,000 sales. We're at 1,500 now, which is extremely low. But reality, I keep saying this every month, that this number really doesn't affect consumers, except for the idea that there's just not a ton of houses flooding the market either, because our end contracts are still down as well. And so this number really is not, affecting the consumers as much as this number. And really these three numbers are the average price, the median sale, and the average price per square foot. Those are the three things that I would look at as consumers and say, are prices going up? Are they going down? Where are they at? And as we see here, the average price is, is just over 300 now, and it's only up 4% year over year. Now it's one of the lowest, year over year gains we've seen. Let's pull up last year's we were at, just under 10. And we've also, the big surprise that I saw this month that I was kind of shocked by was month over month, we saw a drop in almost $16,000 per, 16,000 in the average price, which I was kind of shocked by because, honestly, what I've seen in the market, I've seen, good houses still selling and still houses be competitive out there. And maybe that's just me seeing stuff. So I was like, well, maybe I'm, the clients I'm working with are just going after all the popular houses, things like that. So I was kind of shocked by this, but then when I kind of dove into it a little bit and just kind of like, why is that? Like that, it can't be that drastic of a number. But what I saw, even the median price was down compared to last month. 275 was last month's 262. So a significant drop there as well. What I saw that kind of said, okay, this makes more sense, was the average price per square foot. So you want to keep an eye on all three of these. A lot of times I focus on the average price, which is fine. It's kind of where people are, what's going on with the average price. Is it going up or down? Kind of a good anchor. But when I kind of see that what's going on in the market, just with my activity that I have, and it doesn't seem to correlate with that or match up, I want to look in a little deeper. And what I saw was the average price is actually the same month over month. So we didn't see a drop in average price, which basically what I'm seeing is that the average price, the reason the average sale is so low is that smaller homes are selling, which means the average prices are going to go down. And that homes that, aren't as nice are probably selling this time of year. So we're just seeing smaller, less expensive homes on average, that makes up the 15,000 sales are just going to be smaller. So the average price per square foot is still up there. So you're not necessarily getting these steals right now. You're not getting houses for $16,000 less on average, most likely. You may be able to find stuff out there. Most likely what you're finding is just smaller homes are selling and less, just again, really the reality is just, they're just smaller. And so the average price per square foot is staying pretty steady month over month. And what I'm seeing as well is that, even though this is January's numbers, I feel like a light switch has almost gone off in the month of February, where things have gotten competitive in February. Things are, we're seeing multiple offers again. We're seeing appraisal gap waivers. I lost out to a house in an appraisal gap waiver. Now it was in Worthington, which is a very competitive market, no matter what season it's in. So there's still opportunity out there, but I'm still seeing the competitive creep back up. And I think we're going to see an early spring. I think we're already seeing an early spring market, and we're going to continue that for the next few weeks. But interest rates did just peak up this last week, so that may slow activity a little bit. But overall, we're seeing a pretty steady market. We're starting to get back kind of what I predicted with my year over year, my yearly forecast was a slower, steady growth, and that's what we're seeing this first month. Now, I think this is probably going to be a little false, just a little data that's not false, but just kind of I don't know what to even call it, just, not a great anchor of where the market's going. I do think this is going to be higher in the next few months, average price and the percentage. I'm also seeing houses sell for over list price, things like that, a little bit higher. So I think we're going to see that. The original list price received still at 96, a very healthy number. So people aren't drastically dropping prices. They're getting close to 100% still. And the last thing, though, I want to talk about is the month supply of inventory. Last month, so we're looking at month over month, we're at 1.1. We've come down to about 9. So we're going backwards with inventory, which is why this number, I think, is going to stay steady, why I think the price per square foot is going to stay steady, even go up. And same with the average price, because we're not getting more houses on the market. Houses are still selling. Now, they're staying a little bit longer. So I think that's why we have more. That's why it's increased from last year. The houses aren't selling, the first day it's on the market. It's taking, some houses are still, but some houses are taking a week to sell. And so that data is going to look a little bit higher. So hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully this makes sense. The big thing, the big takeaway kind of, conclusion with this is that inventory is still super low. It's still, if houses stopped going on the market, that it would take 0.9 months, so less than a month, to sell every single house in the market. And so the inventory is still low. We're not seeing a ton of new houses hit the market. So where's the new inventory, new listings? New listings is down from last year. So we're still seeing that inventory is going to stay low. And I'm seeing a lot of demand recently. I feel like again, February, a light switch went off with the demand with buyers, but not the sellers. Sellers have not caught on to that. There's a lot of demand out there. They're going to, I think, here in spring, you'll start seeing more inventory hit the market, but I think those buyers are going to get more aggressive and continue to come. So the demand is creeping up and the supply is still low, which means that prices, in my opinion, it's a supply and demand game, just like anything else you're selling. And so I can see the next few months continue to be competitive, continue to see price increases or at least appreciation gain month over month starting to happen. We, this time of year, and you actually scroll down, we always see that the bottom out on the market around January. So you see just a little flat line there last year, and then creep back and shoot up. Every year we see a little flat line and shoot back up, down, shoot back up. And so I think we're going to start seeing that uptick these next few months. So hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully you find this data informative. If I can help in any way, please feel free to reach out to me personally. Give me a call, text, email. We'd be happy to connect with you personally and see how this affects you individually. And one last note, the Columbus board does have data just on your area. So if you're looking at, say Delaware, you want to know what's going on in Delaware. I'm happy to go over that data with you, but also you can look at it yourself and just click on, Delaware School District or Delaware City, whatever it is. So, if you live in a particular area, you want to know what's going on in your area, feel free to dive into that data. And if you want some help with that, give me a shout. Happy to help. So have a great week, and I will talk to you soon.